Today marks the last of the January 6th hearings as the House Select Committee prepares to present referrals from the investigation over more than a year to the Justice Department and other governing bodies.
And here to take us through today's meeting and what it could mean for former President Donald Trump and his role in the insurrection is ABC News Chief Washington Correspondent Jonathan Karl. Thank you for joining us, Jonathan.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so let's talk. Chairman Benny Thompson is said to expect 5 to 6 categories of referrals, one of them being criminal. Will any of these referrals against former President Trump result in criminal charges? This is a question a lot of people are asking.
Yeah, it is. And the important thing to remember here is that Congress really has no role in criminal prosecutions whatsoever. That is the judicial branch. That is the Department of Justice, that in the executive branch. Congress has no role whatsoever. So it's up to Merrick Garland. It's up to the Department of Justice. It's up to the special counsel, Jack Smith, that's been appointed to oversee all the Trump cases to make that decision. But make no mistake, the evidence presented by this committee will almost certainly figure prominently in whatever the Justice Department decides to do.
And Jonathan, we know former President Trump chose not to comply with the committee's subpoena for testimony and documents back in October. How critical was it for this committee to get that evidence before presenting its final report?
Well, you know, it's interesting. I know that the committee talked frequently about wanting to get Trump to testify. They eventually issued that subpoena pretty late in the game. But there was a pretty intense internal debate about whether or not they actually wanted Trump to come before the committee, given that he would use the platform to repeat the lies that he has said about the election, given that he would be unlikely to be a reliable witness. So I don't know if at the end of the day it really impacted their investigation much. Certainly it would have been a huge moment. I mean, part of me thought that there was a chance that Donald Trump would actually take them up on their subpoena. He would have had this massive platform, the kind of thing he hasn't had for a long time. But obviously, he ended up not doing it.
He chose not to. The special counsel continues, though, to issue subpoenas to both local and state officials. So what do these subpoenas actually mean? What are they looking for?
This is interesting because it's going at those 7 states where Republicans were in charge and where Donald Trump thought that he could pressure these Republican officials to take measures to overturn the elections in their state. So this shows that the Department of Justice is going in exactly the same direction that the committee has gone in. You know, at first we saw DOJ go after the people that broke into the building, the rioters themselves. But now you see them going after the larger effort that led up to January 6th, an effort to overturn a presidential election. That was an effort that Donald Trump, of course, was the central figure in.
Now, Jonathan, following the midterms, we know the Republicans are most certainly taking over the House in the new year. What will that mean for the January 6th committee and its referrals? And will the Republicans be doing their own investigation?
Well, I wouldn't hold your breath for the Republicans to be investigating Trump on all this, but they have suggested that they want to investigate the investigators. They want to investigate the committee. So we'll see where that goes. My sense is Republicans will actually want to look beyond here. The question that really gets to the point here, though, is the 5 Republicans who were subpoenaed, members of the House who were subpoenaed by the committee and defied those subpoenas. What will happen with them? 4 of them will still be in Congress next year. And what the committee is going to do today, I expect, is they will refer to the House Ethics Committee, those Republicans, and say they should be investigated by the Ethics Committee for defying a duly obtained congressional subpoena. So where that goes, I don't know. One of those Republicans you may have heard of, his name is Kevin McCarthy. He hopes to be Speaker of the House in the new Congress. It's hard to imagine the Ethics Committee beginning the new Congress by investigating the Speaker of the House, especially when you consider that the Ethics Committee is a purely evenly divided committee. 3 Republicans, 3 Democrats. They can't do anything unless it is in a bipartisan manner.
I was going to ask that. Is it possible nothing happens to them? The average American can't ignore a subpoena, but is it possible nothing happens?
It's quite possible. I might even say likely that nothing will happen to those Republicans who defied a subpoena.
Okay. Our thanks to Jonathan Karl, ABC News Chief Washington Correspondent. Thank you for breaking that all down for us.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.